Hey y'all, welcome to the July 4th episode of You Can't Make This Shit Up. What a show we have for you today. On this day, 250 years ago, the Declaration of Independence was signed. That separated the United States from Great Britain to form a new nation that was founded on the ideals of freedom, democracy, and equality. Well, those ideals have been going to shit in the past year under this regime. Things like freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of religion, all going to shit with a government that sends the National Guard into city streets to threaten and shoot at people who are peacefully assembling. Or President of the United States calling for people to get fired from their jobs just for exercising the freedom of speech. And then MAGA politicians trying to take freedom of religion away from 30% of the nation who don't identify as Christians in a nation that, by the way, is supposed to have separation of church and state. And speaking of how people identify, they are also trying to take away the freedom of people to identify as they choose. But let's go back to the 4th of July. So this holiday is typically celebrated with barbecues and picnics and fireworks. But this year, POTUS, that stands for Piece of Shit of the United States, and the GOP, which stands for Guardians of Pedophiles, they decided, let's just have a big old state fair on the mall in Washington, D.C. Only thing is the temperatures have been more than 100 degrees and nobody's showing up for this state fair. Those who do, they're suffering heat prostration. So these guardians, the pedophiles, GOP, they're starting to claim, oh, it's the Democrats' fault. Somehow the Democrats are creating these weather patterns just to sabotage Trump. I mean, you can't make this shit up. I think if the Democrats had that kind of power, well, we'd have long since removed that demented grifter from the White House. Speaking of the demented grifter, he's been posting some weird videos, made an AI video of himself as a doctor curing people of Trump derangement syndrome. And then he put a bunch of AI actors. Robert De Niro was one of them, supposedly cured of TDS. Now, I'm going to quote my favorite line from Robert De Niro from a movie. It was, "You talking to me?" But I want to quote another favorite line from Robert De Niro from real life. "Fuck Donald Trump." Anyway, meanwhile, the Supreme Court actually upheld the E. Jean Carroll case, where Trump was found liable of sexual assault and defamation of character, and he's been ordered to pay the $5 million judgment plus the interest it's accrued during this time that he's been trying to make the case go away. And another court, a federal court, passed a ruling that it is 100% legal to fly a flag that says 8647 on it. And that, my friends, you can't make this shit up. None of it. Have a happy 4th.